Gunga Din. Poems by Rudyard Kipling. A collection. Performed by Mark Redfield. Music by Jennifer Rouse.
You may talk of gin and beer while you're quartered safe out here, and you've sent to penny fights and elder shot it. But when it comes to slaughter, you will do your work on water, and you'll lick the bloomin' boots of him that's got it. Now, in India's sunny clime, where I used to spend my time, a servant of Her Majesty the Queen, of all them blackface crew, the finest man I knew was our regimental beastie, Gunga Din.
Read here. This is the story of Evarra, man, maker of gods in lands beyond the sea. Because the city gave him of her gold, because the caravans brought turquoises, because his life was sheltered by the king, so that no man should maim him, none should steal, or break his rest with babble in the streets when he was weary after toil. He made an image of his God who lacked a bed for the night. They had neither food nor money. They had neither service nor trade. They were only shiftless soldiers, the last of the Light Brigade. They felt that life was fleeting. They knew not that art was long. That though they were dying of famine, they lived in deathless song. They asked for a little money to keep the wolf.
No tearful leaving, we bade no long goodbyes. Men talked of crime and thieving, men wrote of fraud and lies. To save our injured feelings, 'twas time and time to go. Behind was Dock and Dartmoor, ahead Lake Callao. The widow and the orphan that pray for 10%, they clapped their trailers on us to spy the road we went. They watched the foreign sailings, they scanned the shipping still. And that's your Christian people returning good for ill. God bless the thoughtful islands where never warrants come. God bless the just republics that give a man a home. But ask no foolish questions, but set him on his feet and save his wife and daughters from the workhouse. And here's to the Widow at Windsor, and here's to the stores and the guns, the men and the horses that make up the forces, oh, Mrs. Victoria's sons, poor beggars, Victoria's sons. Walk wide, O the Widow at Windsor, for half a creation she owns. We have bought her the same with the sword and the flame, and we've salted it down with our bones. Poor beggars, it's blue with our bones.
And those that were good shall be happy. They shall sit in a golden chair. They shall splash at a 10-league canvas with brushes of comet's hair. They shall find real saints to draw from, Magdalene, Peter, and Paul. They shall work for an age at a sitting and never be tired at all. And only the master shall virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
Gunga Din. You may talk of gin and beer while you're quartered safe out here, and you've sent to penny fights and elder shot it. But when it comes to slaughter, you will do your work on water, and you'll lick the bloomin' boots of him that's got it. Now, in India's sunny clime, where I used to spend my time, a servant of Her Majesty the Queen, of all them blackface crew, the finest man I knew was our regimental beastie, Gunga Din. He was Din, 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 you limping lump of brick dust, Gunga Din. Oi, slippery of the row, water, get it, pan it low, you squidgy-nosed old idol, Gunga Din. The uniform he wore was nothing much before, and rather less than half of that behind. For a piece of twisted rag and a goatskin water bag was all the field equipment he could find. When the sweating troop train lay in a siding through the day, where the heat would make your bloomin' eyebrows crawl, we shouted, "Hurry, boy!" till our throats were bricky dry. Then we whopped him because he couldn't serve us all. It was Din, 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 you heathen! Where the mischief have you been? You put some jugly in it or I'll marrow you this minute if you don't fill up my helmet, Gunga Din. He would dock and carry one till the longest day was done, and he didn't seem to know the use of fear. If we charged or broke or cut, you could bet your bloomin' nut he'd be waiting 50 paces right flank rear. With his mussick on his back, he would skip with our attack and watch us till the bugles made retire. And for all his dirty-eyed, he was white, clear white inside. When he went to tend the wounded under fire, it was Din, 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 with the bullets kicking dust spots on the green. When the cartridges ran out, you could hear the front rank shout, "Oi, ammunition mules, and Gunga Din!" I shan't forget the night when I dropped behind the fight with a bullet where my belt plate should have been. I was choking mad with thirst, and the man that spied me first was a good old grinning, grunting Gunga Din. He lifted up my head and he plugged me where I bled, and he gave me half a pint of water, green. It was crawling and it stunk. But of all the drinks I've drunk, I'm gratefullest to one from Gunga Din. It was Din, Din, Din. Here's a beggar with a bullet through his spleen. He's jawing up the ground and he's kicking all around. For God's sake, get the water, Gunga Din. He carried me away to where a dooley lay, and a bullet come and drilled the beggar clean. He put me safe inside, and just before he died, "I hope you like your drink," says Gunga Din. So I'll meet him later on at the place where he is gone, where it's always double drilled and no canteen. He'll be squatting on the coals, giving drink to poor damned souls, and I'll get a swig in hell from Gunga Din. Yes, Din, 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 you Lazarusian leather Gunga Din, though I've belted you and flayed you, by the living God that made you, you're a better man than I am, Gunga Din.